Do you know that everyone has a love language? Just like various nationalities, we have different languages. That's how every single person has a love language, and if you don't speak the person's language, no matter how hard you try, the person won't feel loved. Imagine if you were in a room and there are 15 people in the room, 14 of them can speak only Spanish and you English. How would that be? You'd be alone, you'd be frustrated, you'd be annoyed. Every other person will be discussing amongst themselves, but you can't join in the conversation. No matter what they want to tell you, they just can't, no matter how hard they try. They may have to use like their hand gestures, but the things that can't be said with hands will be missed out. By the way, the Spanish case, I've been there before and it was not funny. I'm going to introduce you to this concept by Gary Chapman in this book, The 5 Love Languages. Yes, and as he says, there are 5 love languages. I'll be looking at the 5 of them in this video, and at the end of the video I'll tell you 3 ways to find out yours, your own love language, because everyone has, including you. Now this applies to both your significant other or your friend. We are all emotional beings, and so everyone needs love. Before we go into the languages, there might be some people that are saying, oh, we are in love, everything is going well, everything is going perfectly, we don't fight, we don't have quarrels, we're meant for each other. I don't even know about love languages and we're not having any issues, so this does not apply to me. Hold that thought. Before we start, let me tell you about real love and in love. So what does in love look like? Probably already know, but always holding hands. You wake up thinking about the person. You have a great time whenever you're in the person's presence. You feel like you want to spend your whole waking hours with the person. When your friends are telling you about the person's flaws, you can't see it. As they say, love is blind. It's just like all the things I described earlier. Well, although these feelings are real, they are temporal. You can ask any couple that has been married for at least 3 years and they will tell you they're just temporal. A psychologist who is late now, Dr. Chenov, she interviewed dozens of couples, and then she came to the conclusion that the lifespan of this in love experience is 2 years. So you have these feelings for this person, butterflies in your tummy and all that, 2 years. That's it, 2 years. So after 2 years, what happens? They can't stay with themselves again. They're not happy in the marriage for married couples, and then they want to divorce. Why? Because they didn't learn about real love. Now, in love is viewed as an emotional high where everybody's excited and wow, we want to be around each other. But then that needs to be translated to real love as soon as possible. Real love is loving the person the way the person wants to be loved, and that's based on the love language concept, which we'll be talking about today. Now, there are 5 of them, and the first is words of affirmation. People whose love language is words of affirmation, they like words that build up. It would just be simple, straightforward statements of affirmation. Now, it's not flattery, but honest appreciation. So if you give the person the compliment, okay, let me talk about myself now. If you give me the compliment and I ask you, wow, thank you, how was that? What do you mean? And you can't answer well. Like, you can answer in a way that I know that, okay, this thing was actually real, then I know it's flattery. As several languages have dialect, it's the same as love languages. So there are several dialects. There are more ways that you say this that appeals to different people with this language. So some dialects that I mentioned are compliments, like, oh, you're looking good in that suit, or encouraging words, or kind words, but then they should be thoughtful. They should actually be genuine. But does that work for everyone? Some people might say, no, he doesn't love me. He says he does, but he doesn't spend time with me. That means your love language most likely might be quality time. Remember, this applies to friends too. So you have to bring out the top 5 to 10 relationships in your life and try to find out what their love language is, so that you can show them love properly. So what does quality time look like? Focused attention. You are there, spirit, soul, and body, when you're speaking with the person, whether over the phone or in person. Your focus is fully in the conversation, fully on the person. That's quality time. Now, there are also several dialects to this, but I think I'll just talk about quality activities. He mentioned several in this book. These are activities that the person likes or you both like in common, and both of you are getting involved in it. Yes, that's means love to the person. Again, this might not be yours. People might say, oh, he doesn't love me. He says he does, but I've not gotten any single thing from him. Not even a pen. Nothing. I've never gotten any single thing from him. That most likely means your love language is receiving gifts. To them, gifts are visual symbols of love. The gift means she was thinking about me, or he remembered me. Now, the author, he said gifts could be bought, obviously, found. Maybe you're walking on your own, you see a flower, or you see a feather, or you see something that you know the person will like and you get it. Found or made. So you can actually make up something like those arts kind of things and give to the person. The thoughtfulness really matters in the gift. But then you might say, oh no, he doesn't love me. He says he does, but doesn't help me do things. That means your love language most likely is act of service. This means doing things that you know the person wants you to do. Now, there are physical activities, so they require thought, planning, time, effort, energy. Yes, it's physical. This one is more of process than result. It's more of I deliver the birthday gift to you in person than I send you a surprise gift. Nah, it's more of process than result to people that their love language is acts of service. And I'll say, no, this father I've heard, no, I can't even find my own there. No, I'm still convinced that he doesn't love me. He says he does, but doesn't even hold my hand while walking. Most likely your love language is physical touch. And this ranges from holding hands, to hugs, to handshakes, to pat on the backs, to all the rest of that. These people love physical touch. So, true story, there was someone I met in church like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. An elderly man, like in his 50s. And then he told me, I'm a hugger. I don't trust people that don't hug. I'm a hugger. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, most likely his own is physical touch. Yeah, so there are people like that. They want a pat on the back. They want handshake. They want, yes, physical touch, some form of physical touch. So how do you find your own love language? Yeah, we've covered the 5 of them: affirmation, quality time, gifts, act of service, physical touch. So how do you find your own love language? The author suggests answering 3 questions. Now let's look at them. What does your significant other do? That's if you have one, or your parents, your close friends, do or fail to do that hurts you most deeply. So the opposite of this could be your love language. Secondly, what have you most often requested of your significant other, or your parents, or your close friends? That's a pointer to what your love language most likely is. And finally, in what way do you regularly express love to your significant other, or your parents, or your closest of friends? Yes, the way you regularly express it is a pointer to the way you want to receive it. And there's a quiz online that the author put up, which can help you find what yours is. Maybe you don't go through these questions, or even after you've gone through these questions, it can still help you for your confirmation. So I'll put links to that in the description. I'll also put the links to the book in the description below. If everything which I've shared today was really useful, please, I'd like you to give this video a like. Yes, please smash the like button. It tells the algorithm that we're doing well, and it gets it in front of more people. So please give this video a like. Thank you very much. If you love this video, then check out this one next. I'm sure you will love it too. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on, feel free to join the family. I post twice every week, so that I can get notified when I make an upload. Feel free to subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye.